The royal vault door weighed over 25,000 pounds, yet the robbers lifted it using hydraulic jacks. They slid through the narrow gap underneath, rolling straight into the vault. To their surprise, the entire vault was completely empty. Seeing this, they nearly burst out laughing, because no one would ever imagine that a group of people would go through so much trouble just to break into an empty vault. The woman excitedly called the boss waiting outside. She told him that the first step of the plan had been completed successfully. Now all they had to do was patiently wait for 34 European aristocrats to deliver their treasures here. On the night before the auction, the auctioneer packed 34 pieces of jewelry into boxes. After closing the vault door, he secured it with fingerprint recognition and facial recognition, locking it down completely. With security this tight, even with the key, opening the vault would take 6 hours. The robbers immediately got to work. They put on specially designed protective suits to make sure not a single trace was left behind, not even a strand of hair. Keela used pre-recorded surveillance footage to loop the video and replace the live feed. The others repeated their earlier method, passing through the hidden chamber and reaching the back of the vault. One by one, they rolled through the gap into the vault. Watching the monitors, Keela saw everything going smoothly. Thinking about 44 million euros soon landing in their pockets, the crew could barely contain their excitement. The leader, Berlin, carefully stepped forward to assess the situation. At that moment, the auctioneer was just one wall away from them. Who would have thought that inside such a heavily guarded vault, a master-level crime was unfolding right now? Each piece of jewelry had its own identification number, making it easy to keep count. With perfect coordination, the jewels were stolen one after another. But during the distribution, the old man and Berlin got into an argument. A jewelry box fell hard to the ground, jewels and all. The noise instantly caught the auctioneer's attention. The guard explained that it was probably metal panels expanding. Besides, he showed the auctioneer the surveillance footage. Everything looked normal. Still uneasy, the auctioneer pressed his ear to the wall, trying to hear something. On the other side of the wall, the two men froze in place. Their faces turned serious, terrified that the auctioneer might notice something. His instincts told him something wasn't right. He immediately ordered the guards to open the vault, but the guard explained that restarting the vault door would take 6 hours. Hearing this, the auctioneer had no choice but to ask them to check behind the vault instead. The alert hacker instantly realized their intention. She ordered the team to evacuate the vault immediately. The robbers rolled out at once, grabbed the remote control, and sealed the entrance shut. Meanwhile, the guards retrieved the backup door key. They unlocked 2 fingerprint scanners in succession. The bad news was, the door hadn't fully closed yet. Just as the backup entrance was about to open, at the critical moment, all exits were finally sealed. The hacker quickly switched the surveillance feed back to normal. Perfect timing ensured that the auctioneer, watching the monitors, noticed nothing unusual. The guard swept around with a flashlight, soon focusing on the back of the vault. Keela panicked, and the team felt they were about to fail. He checked every corner, but found nothing suspicious. The guard returned to the hall and closed the backup door. He reported to the auctioneer that everything was normal. The auctioneer replied that he saw the same thing on the monitors. The guard asked whether the vault still needed to be opened. Every word of their conversation was transmitted clearly to the hacker. She believed the auctioneer would still open the vault. Once the door opened, they would all end up in prison. Just as the auctioneer hesitated, his phone rang at the crucial moment. He chose not to open the vault, and everyone inside finally breathed a sigh of relief. Soon after, all the jewelry was successfully stolen, and the team withdrew in an orderly manner. Before leaving, they had to completely clean the scene. The robbers sealed the wall, then used welding tools to fuse the entrance shut. They painted over the welds to match the surrounding color. They vacuumed up all the welding residue, making sure nothing was left behind. They rebuilt the wall with fake old bricks. All tools, including the lifting equipment, were left inside the tunnel. They sealed the tunnel, took the jewelry, and disappeared. A flawless heist was now complete. Berlin imagined that centuries later, when future generations might discover those tools, how unbelievable it would seem. They would become legends. To avoid suspicion, they didn't flee overnight. Instead, they planned to leave gradually the next day. The old man placed the jewels into vacuum bags and compressed them into small packages. Looking at the hard-earned fortune, tears welled up in his eyes. He then hid the compressed jewels inside cans of herring and resealed them. By the time the police discovered something was wrong with the vault the next day, it was already far too late. Berlin arranged for Bruce and Keela to leave first. They carried 3 pieces of jewelry and checked out disguised as backpackers. They took a bus to Spain, then traveled through the Pyrenees Mountains to their destination. Ken and Cameron left pulling suitcases. The old man carried the remaining cans, posing as a happy family with them, traveling in a camper van. As the mastermind, Berlin was the last to leave the hotel. Finally, he boarded a train to the destination to reunite with the others. But will they really escape the country successfully? We'll find out next time.